Going Google, powerful student tools. Today, I'd like to share part of this presentation. We will focus mostly on Google Drive. The first part of this presentation deals with creating a Gmail account. The students were asked to create a brand new account, one that they're going to use specifically for William Patterson University. We focused on choosing a professional name and avoiding any names that would be negative, have some type of negative connotation. So they created a professional name. Usually, professional names consist of maybe first name, last name at Gmail, or a middle initial. And if you need to add a number in there, you can do that as well. Now, once your Gmail was created, students were asked to open up their Gmail. And this is what it looks like right here. Okay. Um, the next thing we went over is if you're not sure what to do. So I told the students that they really need to become self-motivated, self-learned students. So if they're not sure what to do, I told them the three things they need to do always is to Google it. So for example, if you're not sure how to create an email, Google it. Go on to Google, open up a screen and just type in the question that you have. The next thing I told my students as well, was to YouTube it. Everything you need, you have access to. YouTube is a really powerful tool that has videos on it that can create, it allows you access to anything that you need, any questions you may have. So, for example, if you need to YouTube how to use, let's say, for example, how to use Google Drive. Type in Google Drive or Google Drive tutorials, and you'll have a bunch of different examples, videos that'll run you through how to actually use it. I gave them an example of a student of mine, and it was a second grade student. My second graders decided to create like a passion project, and their passion project was a collection for the Liberty Humane Society, and they wanted to make it school wide. So they decided they would do this by creating a video, and through that video, asking the school to just really contribute items so that they can donate it to the Liberty Humane Society. I told them I was not going to teach them how to create video or how to edit video. They needed to do it themselves. And they did, because they know these three concepts of Google it, YouTube it, or ask an expert. They went on YouTube. They became experts on Windows Movie Maker, which is the movie editing program we have at my school. And they really learned how to do it. I actually had a student come in that Monday, and it's a second grade student, and ask if he can teach it to the class. And I said, no problem. You can teach them Windows Movie Maker. They created their movie, and they were actually able to send it out school wide. So it really is a powerful tool. Also, ask an expert. So, for example, let's say you want to ask a question, you're unsure, and let's say it's a Google related question. You can actually go to support.google.com, and right through here, you have access to any questions you have related to Google, like commonly asked questions. You can scroll down, and you'll notice there's a plethora of icons here that actually can answer probably any question you have. You can also go onto a blog if you wanted to, or just kind of like I said before, you can Google it and you'll have the option to know what to do. So this is really important here. Now let's move on to Google Drive. Google Drive is like having a flash drive online. That's basically what it is. You can store any file. You'll have 15 gigabytes of free online storage. And it's like I said before, like having a virtual flash drive. You can see your stuff anywhere. So from any computer, any smartphone, tablet, you're able to access your files. And that's really important, because now the days of I lost my flash drive are no longer there. You have everything online virtually. And last, you can share files and folders. And that's really what makes Google so powerful. It's the collaboration piece. You can quickly invite others to view, download, and collaborate on all of the files you want, and no email attachment needed. So any file you actually want to collaborate with someone, they have access to that. And you can give them any type of access, full access where they can actually edit the file, or just viewing access. They can just view the file. So it really is a powerful tool to have and to know and to keep organized. So let's get started. Here you see different ways you can actually open up the Google Drive. So one way is you can open up a new tab if you want. You can open up a new tab and you can type in drive.google.com. So that's one way to access your drive. And this is what we call a drive. This is like your virtual flash drive. Another way that you can access it is actually by clicking on this little icon right here, which is the Google Apps grid. So for example, let's say you opened up your Gmail account and you're on your email. Here's your grid right over here. If you click right over here, this gives you access to a lot of different features, and one of them is called your Drive. So that's the other way you can access your Drive. Now, once in your Drive, what you see right now are folders that I actually created. So think about just having your manila folders. And inside of those folders is where you save all of your work. And this is what I explained to the students. So if you want to create a new folder, and every student was told they needed to create folders for every single semester. And the way that you create a folder is you click right over here on new. So let's click on new, and you want to create a new folder. And then what I asked each student to do was to label each folder based on each semester. So for example, summer 2017. That would actually be this summer's courses. And I'm going to click on the create. What that did right here is I created a folder for them. And what I asked them to do is double click that folder, which just means we're opening up the folder. Once you open up the folder, you notice it's empty because we haven't dropped anything in or created anything to put in it. What I also asked the students to do here was I asked them to create folders based on each class they're taking for the summer course. So we're going to do it again. I'm going to click on new folder. And in here, I had them type in a class they were taking. So for example, every student has to take an academic pathways to success class. So they had to create that folder, and I had them click create. Perfect. So now their first folder is created for one of their academic classes. Then they had to create another folder for their next academic class. So new folder. Let's say students are taking a gender study class this summer. So gender studies. And then they had to click on create. Excellent. So now we know inside of our summer 2017 folder are additional folders of each class they are taking. And let's add one more class in. Let's say they have to take a math class. So we'll type in math, and then we'll click on create. So now, let's say this one student has an academic pathways to success class, their gender class, and their math class. So now in their summer 2017, each of these classes were created. Now they can actually double click these folders and keep all of their content in there. So now inside of here, I can drop any papers or folders that I create for this class. Now, what do I mean by drop? I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. On my desktop, I created a PowerPoint. Let's say I'm using PowerPoint for one of my classes. This is a PowerPoint I created. It's on my desktop, and I want to place it into the Academic Pathways to Success class because it's for that class, and I want to save it there. All you need to do is quickly just grab it from your desktop, just drop it in. And by dropping it in, it uploads it for me. So now I have access to that PowerPoint from any computer or from my phone. Now let's say I go back. You can just go right back here to my summer. I can click right here to summer 2017, or I can go back to my Drive. Now let's say I open this up and I go back to my summer 2017 folder. And for my gender studies class, I created this paper right over here, my Microsoft Word paper, and I want to save it. I want to save it into my Drive. Just click on it again and just drop it right in. And now I have access to that folder. So every single student was asked to create folders, a summer 2017 folder, and they also created a fall 2017 folder as well. And each were asked to create specific folders of whatever classes they have. And in each of those folders, they were told that they have to save their work as a way to keep them organized. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'll be creating some more to go over Google Docs and Google Slides and some other powerful tools that I showed the students.